Welcome to the January 2012 City Focus. On this edition, safest city once again. Tracking our water use. And recycling bill credit. These stories and more on City Focus.
For the past 7 years, Round Rock has ranked as one of the safest cities in the United States. This is a direct result of the collaboration between the police department and the community. Officer D. Carver has more on how we fared in the latest rankings.
The CQ Press has released its annual city crime rankings, and Round Rock has ranked the 11th safest city in the United States with a population of 100,000 or greater. The Round Rock Police Department works closely with the community, and each individual within the department is dedicated to providing a high level of service to our community.
This is one of the most important rankings that we get year after year because, in my opinion, the essence of government is providing safety for its citizens. It's one of the most important things we do. And so to be recognized year after year as being one of the safest cities, not only in the state, but in the country, that's a real testament to the police officers, the police department, and the incredible work that they're doing. Our citizens also deserve credit for this award and these continuous rankings because the police can't do it by themselves. They've got to have the proactive cooperation of the citizens. They've got to have citizens who really demand a safe community, which they do, but then also are willing to take part in it and help them through neighborhood policing, through national nights out, getting to know their police officers. It really is a partnership between the police and the citizenry, and I think that's one of the reasons that we continue to see these rankings.
Some of our proactive approaches toward law enforcement in combination with this eyes and ears assistance from the community allows us to really keep the criminal element somewhere else but Round Rock.
We have some exciting projects planned for the coming year to continue our efforts in providing a high level of service to the community.
In December, we saw some much-needed rainfall, but we're still in the middle of a tough drought. To help keep up with our current water situation, we've added some key water indicators to our website at roundrocktexas.gov. Because our water situation is a serious one, we have added a chart to the top of every page on the website showing the 7-day average water use out of Lake Georgetown. This chart shows our actual use and a target use for a quick look at how we're doing. If you click on this chart, you'll be taken to our Key Water Indicators page. Here you can see a graph of the lake level over the past year. The top line of the chart is Lake Georgetown when full, and the bottom line is the lowest level we can draw water out of the lake. Hover over segments of the line to get water levels for specific dates. The next chart shows our total water use for each month. A combination of lack of rain and record-breaking water use over the summer caused us to go under emergency water restrictions in October. Since the restrictions went into place, use has gone down. Some other big factors in curtailing water use have been lower temperatures and much-needed rainfall in December. Our rainfall chart shows the distribution of rainfall over the year and just how little we had in the summer months. Water conservation is key going forward, and especially during this drought. You can keep up with our citywide efforts around the clock on our Key Water Indicators page.
Recent rains have helped curtail water use, but we're still in the midst of a severe drought. Christy Justice has an update on the situation and how you can help reduce water use without harming your yard.
Though the drought continues, residents and businesses have done a great job recently of cutting their water use. A major benefit of this reduction is water that we do not draw out of Lake Georgetown this winter will be available to us when the weather starts to heat up.
During a typical year, our lakes fill up during the winter and spring with the rains. But because this past year the lakes were so low, it's going to take some significant rain for them to recover. But also, we need our customers to conserve as much as possible so that when we head to next summer, we have the water we need to get through next summer to meet the needs of our community.
A great way to save water is to make efficiency upgrades to your irrigation system and vastly reduce how often you water your yard. Experts say this will have no negative impact on the health of your lawn.
Recently we've had some rains, and there were some pretty significant rains in there. This time of year, both plants, majority of plants, unless they're evergreen, either go dormant, so does the turf, it'll go dormant. Well, then obviously they wouldn't require as much water. People still have the state of mind sometimes, and they're inclined to want to put down water on a weekly basis or twice a week still, but it's really not necessary. If anything, maybe every 2 weeks or maybe twice a month would be sufficient amount of water in order for these plants to survive through the winter and rebloom again in the spring. You should probably also thinking about changing your irrigation system, and not necessarily the whole system, but maybe the different areas that you're working in, whether it be the planting areas, the bed areas. More oftentimes than not, there's spray heads or the shrub heads in those areas. That could be converted to drip irrigation. What drip irrigation does is it uses less water, it conserves water, and aside from that, it keeps the water in the root zone. So in other words, the mulch helps it retain the moisture.
A few adjustments can make all the difference with our water situation going into the summer. For more information on water conservation in Round Rock, visit roundrocktexas.gov/water.
Was Round Rock's first year of citywide curbside recycling, and now all that effort is paying off. Shannon McIntyre has the details.
A new recycling credit of 25 cents per month will go into effect in January. The credit is made possible by revenue coming from the sale of recyclable materials collected curbside every other week.
From January through September, the city received over $91,000 in revenue from the sale of recyclables by Round Rock Refuse, the city's residential solid waste service provider.
When the city went to the new recycling program in January of 2011, we have really increased the amount of volume of material that goes to the recycling facility versus the landfill. Once it comes to the recycling facility, it's segregated and sold, and the money that is made from selling the commodities is given back to the citizens of Round Rock. Starting in January, you will see a recycling credit on your water bill, and that will be the credit received from recycling. So the more we recycle, the chance of the credit going up is increased greatly. It's important to recycle because the more we recycle, it keeps material out of the landfill. And as we go forward into the future, landfill costs continue to rise. So as we can keep more material out of the landfill and we can recycle it, it will help in our future costs to our citizens.
The citizens of Round Rock have done a great job during the first year of citywide recycling. In fact, roughly 15% of our solid waste this year avoided the landfill. For more information on recycling in Round Rock and to keep up to date with the amount of material we are recycling, visit roundrocktexas.gov/recycle.